I've got a script. It only means one thing: poetry. And these are my last few months. The first poem I'm going to read is the most real, and here it goes. And then I breathe. It's not until night time my black dog comes, the swirling madness that makes me misread things, the defensive strokes I take to protect myself. I'd rather be a cunt than look weak. I'd rather be a weirdo and a creep than look like a fucked up freak. And then I breathe. 1, 2, 3. So lost to this time, this way of life, because I've always been looked after, protected by people who thought I couldn't cope with it, and it turns out they were right. And at night it hits me. It takes me long to fall asleep, meditation, TV on repeat, and then I breathe, phone, Law and Order, close eyes. I wake at 6 because if I lay in, another day is wasted, but I don't go anywhere, see anyone. Why the fuck would why would people want to see me? I'm a fucking loser. Too heartbreak to be carefree and too old to be wasting time. And they say this is the prime of my life, and I breathe, work, home, kids at the weekend. They try to fit coffee in with friends, but they're often busy or on the other side of the world, living their lives with only me in the peripheries. And it gets me more and more alone, but then my mind says, it's what I deserve. You fucked up your teens by being less than careful, and even though you love those kids, they'll always love their mum more. And I breathe, separated, fuck up, stupid man. And when I fall in love, it becomes an obsession. Like I want there to be the only thing in their life, and all other things don't matter. And are okay? Are we okay? And the consequences of those questions and answered lie swirling in my mind, until I say, why would they want you? You're a pathetic grovelling dick splash who's got time to tell you it's okay when they're trying to stem their own leaks. And I breathe, abandoned, foolish, idealistic. I don't do incidental bits because there's never any concise narrative to my poetry, and it always should speak to itself. So the next poem, The Scars of Dancing with Death. The sadness came in waves like a beachfront. It would rise up, swell, and then fade. Some days it would swamp me, make me almost catatonic, dazed at points. I'd walk around, distance myself from the living world, become reclusive, hidden away in my safe space. I'd find the more I did that, the more lost I became. But to be ignored and ignorant, saved me from my own pantomime, shield me from pain. I'd wake up some days with a tinge of death on my face, emphatically look out the window at those normal periods, for only the bars of my mind to shut me out. Vicariously I'd pry into others' lives because mine wasn't much. Boredom was the cure, the cycle never ended, till one day the bars cleared, but the fear never went, and that's something the doctors never tell you. You don't ever know you're recovering, because you forget people actually care. And it's hard to care back when you've been so low. And I think this poem hits there, I think. And it's just called Reference 1. Where there's something in the contract between you and I that said we couldn't be happy until we lost each other, till all our lessons were learned and the cadavers of other loves burnt into the ashes of fate. Was it a cruel joke, some schoolyard prank that went on for too long, and now my heart bleeds for the first time? My cavernous chest where my heart once lay is pounced by 1,000 others, but none as good as you. They come and break my last thought of protection, and I see the light that I once hid so well get blinded by it, and they run like vampires in the sun, such pallid metaphors, but elements of truth run through them. I don't know what you're doing, and I hope you're happy, but wouldn't you be happier with me? Another passing notion of shit that fucks me up, because it's easy to regret than try to be better, I suppose. Forgot how to sleep. I've forgotten how to sleep, so it seems. Late night TV instead of dreams. My eyes are tired, but like a backwards doll, they do not close when I lie down. They think of you, they always think of you. They place great confusion on my brain, and again sleep eludes me like a nun and sex. I tried to trick Try the tricks that worked before, but the faces and the sheep are yours, telling me I'm a failure or silently judging me. So sleepless I lay once more, ghosts of lovers play knock and run at my door, and I get up to answer their pantomime faces, forgetting that my heart still bleeds when they are no longer there. So nights passes now wide-eyed, and days become time to dream. Dazed and crazed, my neurosis takes hold, turns me into zombified necrosis. The only rot, though, is inside my mind. So sleeplessness comes once again, like constant purgatory, and I've still forgotten how to sleep. Now, I'm going to take a total sidewide here, because most people know that I write rude poetry. Well, not rude poetry, it's meant to be romantic, but sometimes it's just filth, and this is just filth. The cacophony of beautiful agony. Lips close to kiss as swift hand strokes flesh. Waves of unadulterated passion form as our fingers clasp interlinked as vine replace their bones. Latched onto love's dream once more we combine. Was this how sex was to feel? Passion and pain so closely tied, without one the other would cease. Perhaps it was more than the tawdry superficial sex we as teens once loved, but more guided by fates or gods of old. This was real, this was soul-ordering, she was mine to tame, to consume in greedy lust. Alas, the time was thinking was gone. My bodily instincts had took over, and through shrouded eyes, all I could see was her flushed face, her brown eyes catching every particle of life. Mine? I mumbled in soft tones, as my kisses traced her stomach, bit teasingly at her hip, tempted her all the more to let animalistic desires take control. My fingers working every quiver, every orgasmic moan to a cacophony of beautiful agony. The thing I wanted more than my little death. I could make her come forever, I thought, hearing her little sighs and moans until she could take no more, until every atom of her perfectly formed body wanted only me. The faster my fingers worked, the more I could feel the want from my body tempting me, but alas, I could not yet. Her pleas of just take me excited me more, the louder and more unspeakable they became. Between her arching back and clawed fingers, time came where I could not fight myself. The want to devour her became all I thought. Lusty images of my love atop of me filled my head, her hips moving with my hands held in place. I was not to touch, but my eyes now fully locked on her, her hair catching ethereal light, her eyes deep in my soul. It was my turn to quiver and moan, to hold back the flood of all of me before I was consumed by the madness of lust. Passion had taken over, love had taken over. We rolled and fucked like devils, nymphs, teased and tempted each other. We released our souls, we floated into the cloud of orgasm, hoped we'd stay there forever. Hours passed in seconds as we lay waiting for the last wave of ecstasy to ebb away. Secret beach. Her grasp reached my eyes. From a faded memory, as my lips caught the aftertaste, how her body felt under my hand. Another life, I thought. Perhaps in a parallel universe we'd be once more, skin to silken skin, breath heavy with lust-laden thoughts, kisses beyond kisses. As the moon shimmered in the water, reaching, pushing deeper, blurred movements caught my sex-filled eyes, an orgasmic swoon echoed the stars. How it shifted, how every thrust made melody, as her husband knew nothing of our affair. I haven't got a clue how to follow those poems. And as I want to take it semi-seriously, I won't be doing any of the normal bullshit chav raps. And if you've stuck through it, though it's a little shorter than normal, thanks. And if you haven't, well, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me, because one day I'll get headline and this will be the script that I use. And I hope, as always, I hope you enjoyed it and gained something out of it. The next few poems are just ones that I've written. And I hope you can stick with me. And I know it don't start with effing Z. Inside my mind, I'm harbouring thoughts of suicide, and even though I've tried, I can no longer hide the manic smile. The random quirks that my madness makes, the thoughts that roll from one to another, to another, to another, to another, to another, without the space to breathe. I try to sleep and it creeps up on me and claws at my eyelids, pins them awake. For fuck's sake, give me a break. But my body shakes and someone keeps shouting my name. I try to regain control, count the days, ABCs of going wrong, from abandonment to xenophobia, and I know that don't start with a fucking Z, which irritates me beyond frustration. Then I place positive affirmation on pages. My mum brings me coffee. My children love me. My life isn't the worst. I'm genuine. I'm good. I'm safe. And the last one makes me laugh, because though all this shit is going on, a part of me still holds that truth, that this is all learning and the better things are to come, and it's not actually purgatory. "13. 17 and scared, we paved the way to create you. We moved and heaved into adulthood, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but you were always the key. Every atom of my love was placed into you, and now, well, tomorrow, you turn 13, and I believe in you. I know I'm not the greatest, I know I'm not the best, but for you and all the rest, I will never forget that you, my daughter, brought me screaming into the new world. I failed, that's okay, and perhaps today that's a lesson you should learn. You have 1,000 experiences to try at. Some may not go as planned, some may burn into catastrophe, but take it from me, you'll rise again. And I'll be there for you in my flawed glory, loving you like I promised when I was first born. When you were first born. Religious iconography. I love words and the way we say them, the way some slip so majestically off the tongue, a collection of words so satisfying to say, like orgasmic oblivion to the wind, juxtaposition in all that it's placed, faith in the aesthetics of a tongue, scrunched up, scrumptious, serendipitous words like raspberry pavlova, clinically, cynically said to be edgy, changing the world in the whole inelegance of one sentence with a little flair, nonchalantly placed into obvious showboating. I love words and all they can do: fight conflict, end conflict, start a magical journey to lust. And it's not just fancy words I love, it's words that are dirty, whoring themselves on my tongue, like filling the work with fucks and no, too blunt, but if you're astute enough, you'll be laughing. Words like religious iconography combine to make such a pompous piece of poetry into word nerdery that is pleasing to see, like mahogany framed, or perfect specimen what I can achieve with a dictionary and a wordy dinosaur. When you can't write. I try to put into words how this world feels, scratching my brain, trying to figure it all out, but every verse I write ends with its trademark. Thank you.